If Excel won't recognize your imported dates, you're not alone, and it's usually not your fault. A CSV export from an ERP or CRM can look like a date, but Excel may treat it as plain text. Then sorting breaks, filters act weird, and pivots group by text instead of by month. The good news is you can fix this reliably in Power Query without manual find and replace. In this video, you'll learn a repeatable approach that works even when the source system changes formats. We'll start by identifying the exact failure mode, because date problems come in a few different flavors. Then, we'll build a clean import that converts dates using the right locale and the right data type. We'll also cover tricky cases like mixed formats, timestamps, and day-month confusion. By the end, you'll have a query you can refresh with one click, and your dates will behave like real dates again. Next step. Let's quickly define what Excel not recognizing dates actually means. A real date in Excel is a number with a date format on top. Text that looks like a date is just characters, even if it displays the same. You'll notice the difference when you try to sort and the order is wrong, or when you build a pivot and months don't group. Another clue is alignment. Text often aligns left by default, while numbers align right, but that's not a perfect test. The core issue is that Excel guesses types during import, and those guesses depend on your regional settings and the file's structure. If the file says 03-04-2025, is that March 4th or April 3rd? Excel has to guess. Power Query gives you control over that guess. Instead of hoping Excel interprets correctly, you explicitly tell it, this column is a date, using this locale. That one change prevents a lot of downstream cleanup. Next step. Now let's talk about the most common causes after a CSV, ERP, or CRM export. First, mixed formats in the same column. One row is 2025-04-15, another is 15.04.2025, and a third includes a time. Second, hidden characters. Exports often include leading spaces, non-breaking spaces, or stray quotes. Third, ambiguous day and month ordering, like 01/02/2025. Fourth, timestamps that are technically text, like 2025-04-15 T09-00Z. And fifth, blank values that cause Power Query to infer text for the whole column. The key idea is this: if you let Power Query auto-detect types, it may lock in the wrong type early. So we'll handle cleaning first, then set the type deliberately. That sequence, clean, then convert, makes your query stable across refreshes. Next step. Here's the workflow I recommend for date-safe imports. Step 1. Bring the data into Power Query, not directly into the sheet. Use data, get data, then choose your source like text, CSV, or a connector. Step 2. Immediately look at the applied steps list. If you see a step called Change Type, pause. That step is Power Query's best guess, and it's often the source of date issues. In many cases, you'll delete Change Type and redo types later. Step 3. Standardize the raw text. Trim spaces, clean non-printing characters, and remove stray quotes. Step 4. Convert using the correct locale, so day and month are interpreted correctly. Step 5. Set the final data types and load. This is not about perfection. It's about building a refreshable pipeline where date conversion is explicit and predictable. Next step. Let's zoom in on the change type step because it causes a lot of confusion. Power Query samples your data and decides what each column is. If the first rows are blank, it may choose text. If the first rows look like US dates, it may choose date using US rules, even if later rows are European format. Once that step exists, later conversions can behave inconsistently. A simple best practice is to remove the automatic type step and replace it with your own types at the end. If you do want automatic typing, you can keep it, but only after you've cleaned and standardized the column. Think of it like this: type detection should be the last step, not the first. This one habit reduces refresh failures and prevents subtle errors where dates convert but convert incorrectly. Next step. Next, clean the date column before you convert it. Two simple functions handle most export mess: trim and clean. Trim removes leading and trailing spaces. Clean removes non-printing characters that can sneak in from systems and copy-paste. If your dates are wrapped in quotes, remove those too. Another common issue is non-breaking spaces, which look like normal spaces but don't behave the same. In Power Query, you can replace that character with a regular space, then trim again. Keep this step focused. You're not transforming the business meaning, you're just making the text consistent. After cleaning, you should have date strings that are uniform enough to convert. This is also where you decide whether you need to split a date time into separate date and time fields. Clean structure first, then convert types. Next step. Now the core fix, converting with the correct locale. If your data is in day, month, year format, but your system expects month, day, year, a normal change type to date can silently swap values. Power Query lets you control this. You use change type with using locale, then pick date and choose the locale that matches the source format. The important point is you're matching the data's format, not your personal preference. If the export is German-style dates, you choose a locale that interprets that correctly. If it's ISO like 2025-0415, locale matters less, but it can still matter for times and separators. After this step, your column should become a true date type, which means it will sort correctly and group correctly after load. This is the single most reliable way to stop date confusion. Next step. What if your column contains timestamps, not just dates? You'll see values like 2025-04-15, 09:30:00, or the ISO format with a T in the middle. In that case, decide what you actually need. If you need both date and time, convert the column to date time using locale, and keep it as date time. If you only need the date, extract the date portion after converting, not before. Converting first ensures Power Query interprets the timestamp correctly. For ISO timestamps ending with Z, that often indicates UTC time. Depending on your reporting needs, you may want to convert to local time before extracting the date, because the date can shift around midnight. This is a subtle but real source of off-by-one-day errors. Be explicit. Time zone handling first, then date extraction. Next step. Let's handle the hardest real-world case, mixed formats in one column. Power Query can't reliably convert a column when half the rows are 15.04.2025 and the other half are 2025-04-15, unless you standardize. One approach is to create a custom column that detects the pattern and parses accordingly. For example, if the text contains a dash, treat it as ISO. If it contains dots, treat it as day.month. Then you output a consistent date value. Another approach is to split by delimiter and rebuild a date using year, month, and day in the correct order. The trade-off is complexity. Pattern-based parsing is powerful, but you should keep the rules simple and document them in the query steps. The goal is not clever code. The goal is stable refreshes where new rows follow the same logic and don't break your model. Next step. Sometimes the date values are fine, but Excel still won't treat them as dates after load. That usually means the column is still text somewhere in the pipeline. Confirm the final type in Power Query is date or date time, not any or text. Also check for errors created during conversion. If some rows fail, Power Query may keep the column as text, or it may insert error values. A practical pattern is to convert with try otherwise logic, so bad rows become null instead of errors. Then you can filter and investigate those exceptions without breaking refresh. Another important point is consistency across tables. If you plan to relate tables in the data model, both sides of a relationship should use the same type, ideally date. Type mismatches cause relationships and measures to behave unpredictably. Clean types are not just cosmetic. Next step. Before we wrap, here's a quick checklist you can reuse on any import. First, remove the automatic change type step if it's guessing wrong. Second, clean the raw text. Trim, clean, and remove weird spaces. Third, convert using locale to match the export's date format. Fourth, handle timestamps deliberately, including time zone if relevant. Fifth, set final types at the end and confirm the column shows date or datetime. Finally, test refresh with new files, not just the sample you started with. Date problems often hide until the next export arrives with a slightly different pattern. If you build the query with these steps, you stop firefighting and start trusting your refresh. If you want, I can also provide a reusable Power Query template pattern for date parsing across multiple sources. If this walkthrough helped, subscribe for more practical Power Query fixes, and comment with your most common import format: A, DD, MM, year Y, or B, MM, DD, year Y. Next step. Excel can display almost anything that looks like a date, but that doesn't mean it understands it. When your source is a CSV, ERP, or CRM export, the safest approach is to stop relying on guessing. Power Query lets you define the rules once, then refresh with confidence. The biggest wins come from 3 habits: clean before converting, convert using the right locale, and set types at the end. If you do those, sorting, filtering, pivots, and the data model all behave the way you expect. It also makes your work easier to hand off, because the logic is recorded as steps, not hidden in manual fixes. Keep your transformations boring and explicit. That's what makes them reliable. Subscribe if you want more deep dives on building refreshable Excel and Power Query pipelines. And for a quick check-in, comment yes or no. Have you ever had dates shift by 1 day because of time zones? Small tweaks compound into massive performance gains. Subscribe to catch the next workflow optimization.